Yeah. Yeah. So y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. Yo, what's up with it? What's up with it, y'all? So, first off, right, I gotta give a disclaimer. You know, um, we out here, we outside with it. That's the first thing I wanna first the first thing, the very first thing that I wanna speak on. Gotta give a disclaimer. If you sensitive, if you sensitive, I mean like for real, like if you sensitive, don't this ain't the channel for you to be at. That's number one. If you sensitive, this ain't the channel that you want to be on if you sensitive. If you want some rainbow rainbow stuff, this ain't the channel for you to be at. That's that's what it is. You know? Uh Straight like that. But yeah though, you know, I ain't really making noise. I've been really just sitting back for real, not saying nothing. I've been really not saying nothing for real, for real. I really be just chilling. I don't be really trying to really get into nothing. But hold up, I'll be right back. Yo, yo, what up with it? Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what we on. Yo, so check it out, right? And this is just me talking to y'all. I don't know what you want. Like, comment, subscribe, share to the channel. But if you soft, this ain't the channel for you at all. Nope. It ain't. It ain't the channel for you, bro. But yeah, though. First and foremost, with the Glorilla situation, right? With the Glorilla Brorilla situation is this is the streets. This ain't my opinion. This the streets' opinion. First off, speaking about Glorilla with the allegation with the allegations that's being said towards her, right? Um, the first thing is when we looking at it from a standpoint from how it was told to me from the streets. Um, you know, if Glorilla ain't taking care of her family, and you know she's a millionaire, and you know the poverty level in which you just came from, and you ain't taking care of your family, that's like a problem from the street perspective. But this like on some in the streets, like being in the streets or whatever the case may be. Just being like on some street shit with it, like it's certain things that you just don't do. And from a street perspective, if Glorilla ain't if Glorilla ain't taking care of her family, then that shit's a no go. That shit's a no go. It's like, all right, cool. I ain't got no love or whatever the case may be. And that's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. But listen though, speaking about it from a Glorilla standpoint, if you ain't what Brorilla is saying about it, if you not playing your position for your family and you getting all of this paper, you can't be mad at her for like saying the things that she's saying. And it's like, yo, the streets don't really know what's going on because, the streets be focusing on getting to the bag. So it ain't worried about that type stuff. But when you got, but when you got the sister coming in saying everything that she's saying, it's like, well, damn, like how is people supposed to like look at that situation? Or are they supposed to be like, well, we gonna side with Glorilla because she famous, or do they be like, no, we gonna side with Brorilla because she's speaking the real? Now the flip side of it is like this is where this is where and this is just me speaking. This is me speaking from the streets perspective, where they saying Brorilla is wrong at. Like from a street perspective, right? How you telling everybody where your mind work at, and y'all getting money? Like from a street perspective, like think about that for a minute. Like you in the street, you getting money. If you get the line, if you telling somebody where they mind work at, and you got the money, what you think the niggas that's hungry gonna do? You think people that's hungry don't hear and don't see what's being said between y'all? As far as like you being the sister that's scorned because your sister ain't paying that money to take care of the family, right? You don't think that the people that's outside looking in that want to play, that hear you talking about, oh, your mom work at FedEx. You don't think that you lining your mother up to get kidnapped or snatched? Like, let's be real about it for a minute. Like, fuck all that. Fuck all that. How you feeling about your sister? Like, this is the streets talking. You hear me? Fuck how you feeling. Fuck how you feeling about your sister. You don't like she ain't looking out for the family. All right, that's cool. You ain't gotta like that she looking out for the family at all. Like, you ain't gotta like, but you ain't gotta like it. But to get up on the internet, yo, what's up with a destroyer, Z? Hey, yo, check it out, right? This is what the streets is saying. Like, yo, it's perspective of Glorilla not looking out for her family, according to what Brorilla is saying. It's a lot with that. It's like if Glorilla ain't looking out for her family, then she out of pocket. Especially if she coming from where she coming from, and she know the poverty level of what's going on with her family. But at the same time, we all grown up, so it's like she ain't really obligated to do nothing for nobody, for real. But it's just like, it's one of them things morally, like you just supposed to want to do that because that's your family. Yo, the streets, people that's in the streets that's getting to that bag, that's selling them drugs, that's willing to do whatever it takes to get that money. You understand what I'm saying? So from a street, the streets is saying this. This is what the streets is saying. They saying that if Glorilla ain't taking care of her family and she got that bag, she out of pocket. Now, you know, I don't disagree or agree with it. I got my own opinion. But, you know, the thing is, in defense of Glorilla, it's like, in defense of Glorilla, let's like, number one, we don't know how much money she got, what she getting, what's going on, none of that. So to get up on this joint and be like, yo, she got to do this, yo, I'm always gonna keep it real. That's what I do. But like, yo, to get up on this joint and be like, oh, she got to do X, Y, and Z. She got to do X, Y, and Z because she this and she that. It's like, no. And it's like, for real, from Glorilla's standpoint, you can't blame her for not looking out for her sister, Brorilla, because it's like, yo, you done pulled the whole strap on her, try to blow her brains out. And you try to set her up. So it's like, how you going to expect? Now, this is what the street's saying. So it's like, how you going to expect your sister to say she going to rock for you or show you love when you done did that? You understand what I'm saying? Now, at the same time, it's like, well, damn, you ain't supposed to not look out for your mother and your father. That's just not what you do. Real talk. Would you raise your kids not to share? Absolutely, I would raise my kids to not share because sharing is how you be broke. You share with the people that you supposed to share with. You show love to the people that you supposed to show love to. You have a kind heart. Of course, give back to humanity or whatever the case may be. But like, no, it's a difference between having a kind heart and being taken advantage of. But like, yeah, though, with the Brorilla Gorilla situation, it's like this. Glorilla, according to the streets, if she didn't show love to her family, then she did wrong. Now, on the flip side of it, it's like Brorilla, she is like, all right, you calling yourself airing her out, and that's cool. That's cool. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's goofy. That's goofy activity to air your sister out on public platforms, according to what the streets is saying. You know what I'm saying? That's goofy shit. But it's like you did what you felt as though was necessary in order to be able to secure the bag. And it's like, you gotta get the bag. People can't be mad at you. But the problem with all of this is like by you airing out your sister, you put your whole family at risk. You telling people where your mother work at, that your mother work at FedEx, because you so far up in your feelings. You so far up in your feelings. Those is just a story of give a person a fish versus teaching them to fish. Same old nonsense. They've been teaching us since we were kids in the 80s. Yeah, I feel you. But listen, around it's the whole thing. You telling people where your mind work at. You telling people on a live public platform, yo, you ain't showing no love to our mother. Our mother still works at FedEx. Like, think about that for a minute. Really think about what you saying. Like, fuck the beef that you got going on with your sister. Now your sister now y'all gotta retire your mom from out of working at FedEx. Because by you being all up in your feelings, talking the shit that you talking about your sister and exposing your mother to where she work at, you put your mom at risk of getting kidnapped. Or something happening to your mother because you want to be running your mouth. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, and I'm not condoning any of that because, civilians and people that's in the streets is two different things, and this is what the streets is saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is, Brorilla is out of pocket. Brorilla's out of pocket. Like, granted, she right for exposing her sister, according to what the streets is saying, and they saying that she got to get her bag. It's respectable and all that, but like, they also saying from an etiquette standpoint and a moral standpoint, stuff that go on with your family, you keep that behind closed doors. Number one. Number two, her talking about where they mind work at is not what you do when you dealing with people that's a bunch of wolves. Like, I don't even know what's that lady off of the lady that they got in Arizona that just got kidnapped. What's that lady name? Uh I don't know, some white 80-year-old white lady. I don't know. But hold up. Yeah, like I look at it like this. And this is just me speaking. This is me speaking from what I gather from people that's in the streets saying what they saying. I think that it's a way that you go about doing things. And I ain't saying nobody wrong. I ain't saying nobody wrong. I ain't saying nobody right. What I am saying is that both sides got valid points in the things that they saying. Right, wrong, and indifferent, or whatever the case may be. But it's a way that you go about doing things. Straight up. It's a way that you go about doing things, man. And the way that you go about doing things when it comes to dealing with that type of shit, the way that the sister went about exposing all of that. Uncle Charlie, Uncle Charlie, Uncle Charlie, ooh, Uncle Charlie. I'm slow motion, Uncle Charlie. Hey, listen, man. I'm just looking at this whole Brorilla situation, right? Brorilla gorilla situation, and the streets is basically like saying like Brorilla is out of pocket for exposing that. But they also saying that Glorilla is out of pocket if she ain't taking care of her family. And me looking at, I be, I ain't been off of YouTube. Dude. I understand, bro. I understand, Uncle Charlie. Hey, hey, listen. I ain't saying that they ain't goofies, right? I'm just saying like, yo, from a street perspective, from what the streets are saying, is like Brorilla out of pocket because she exposed where her mother works at. And it's like, you don't, when you getting money and you out in the streets, the people that you love, you don't expose them like that. That's what the streets is saying. They saying that Brorilla is out of pocket for what she did. And they also saying that if Glorilla ain't really taking care of her family, then she out of pocket too. But I don't know though, man. I to each his own, I guess, man. Hey, it couldn't be me, man. If I had that paper, if I had that paper the way that Glorilla got that paper, shit. Ain't no way you would like my mother would be like, or my sister, even though I ain't getting along with my sister right now, but still like I would definitely make sure that my sister was okay if I had paper. Like how Glorilla got that money. And Brorilla, cause they saying that the girl Brorilla got 200,000. She about on her way to reaching 1 million real soon. She just got 200,000 off exposing her sister. So it's almost like she sold her soul for real, for real. You know? And it's like, I ain't tripping, to each his own. If that's what you into. Me personally, I kind of like that shit's all out of pocket. Straight like that. No matter how you cut it, slice it, dice it, whatever you want to do. But I just want to know, like, what's your thoughts on it, people that's in the chat. Uncle Charlie, man, what's your thoughts on the shenanigans that's going on with these two girlies? Uncle Charlie, Uncle Charlie, ooh, 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 Uncle Charlie in the building, baby, baby. Uncle Charlie. Uncle Charlie. Uncle Charlie. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's basic. Barry Blast. Yeah, what's happening with it, Barry Blast? Barry Blast. Jay London felon. Are you a two-time felon? Oh, all right. Solid. Oh. You a two-time felon, huh? I ain't gonna lie, man. Then you got the Boosie situation. Brorilla went at Boosie neck. How am I supposed to stay out of jail? That's where all my stuff is. Oh shit. Two-time felon, huh? You big felon with it, huh? But yeah, though, like, it's simple shit, man. It's simple shit, J.O. felon, man. Like, you got people that's coming up in these joints, 10 people up in the joint, 4 likes. Come on, get the likes up. But, uh, it's like this, man. Like, this is what we on, man. And this the street speaking. Straight like this. You can't be running around putting the business out there and putting people at risk. Straight like that. Like you can't. It's certain things that you just can't do. And I don't agree. You know what? Let me clean my shit up while I'm on this joint with y'all. Hold up. I'm about to get clean my shit up real quick. Hold up. I don't come. Let's see. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah. But hold up though. Hold up, y'all. Yeah, I had to get the clippers. Hold up, y'all. I'm getting my. Yeah, I agree with that. You definitely could. You definitely can be making moves in the private sector. I guess it's just all about how you go about doing things. It's the way that you go about doing things. It's definitely a way about how you go about doing things, man. And some of the stuff that be going on be out of pocket. I most definitely agree. It's definitely out of pocket. Certain things you just ain't supposed to do. Yeah, man. Let's listen though, man. Like, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, people gonna be people. You understand what I'm saying? And you gotta know how to deal with people accordingly. That's just an opinion. You know what I'm saying? But yo, Glorilla though, I can definitely say that she out of pocket. Most definitely out of line. Yeah. Y'all just had to clean that up real quick. You know what I mean? Clean that up real quick. Throw the little peroxide on him. Get my situation right real quick. Hold up. There you go. Give me a quick second. I gotta slap the little peroxide on my joints. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, but all in all, man, it's how you go about doing things, right? It's all about how you go about doing things. And the way that Brorilla going about it, I respect she getting some money. It's 15 people in this joint. Get the likes up, y'all. But you know, it's respectable that she getting some paper and all of that. But like at the expense of your family, that ain't never good business. You feel me? Never ever, never is that good business. You know, ain't never been, never will. And Trisha Dickerson, what's happening with it? Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the channel, man. You know, over here we talk about real things over here. The real, and this is me, because I'm a street dude too, so I understand certain things you just don't do, and certain things you do do. And what I can say to you is, on some G shit, and this is just me speaking on some G shit. Hold up, y'all. Let me wipe my phone off real quick. Uh, yeah. Let me see all of the comments that I missed. See. Wipe this off. Wipe this off. I just gotta wipe all of this stuff off real quick. You know, we can't be having the sink looking all dirty and all of that cool shit, you know. But yeah, though. Let me see. Let me see what I missed. Let's see what I missed. All right, look at all of the comments. How am I? Both goofy Barry plays. Oh yeah. So this is the thing. From a street perspective, it's like this. You can't expose somebody and then at the same time expose your loved ones. That ain't how you go about doing things. You don't do things like that. You don't move like that, because when you move like that, now you're gonna cause yourself money in the long run. Cause it's like, for real, somebody that's hungry, hear what this girl Brorilla just said about her mother working at FedEx. They gonna run down on their mom. Yo, we need that back. Now you and Gorilla gonna have to come up with a way to get some money, all because of you running your mouth about feeling some type of way about what your sister did, and you try and expose your sister. And for real, if we keeping it 100, you on some sucker shit anyway, because you doing this shit that exposing your sister to get a bag. And it's like, what part of the game is that? If we gonna keep it real, now this is from the streets. You understand what I'm saying? This is from the streets. Me personally, I look at it like, yo, why expose your sister or talk crazy about your sister when you can do that behind closed doors if it's really an issue? Y'all could bust it up and figure that out and get it right. But it's like, you making it like your sister owe you or your mother or anybody else anything, and she don't owe nobody nothing but herself. If she got kids, she owe her kids something, but other than that, she don't owe nobody nothing. And for real, can't nobody be really mad if she wasn't playing her part. Like, what y'all gonna be mad because she ain't playing her part? So what? Get your own bag. Get your own money. Like, you know, get your own paper. See, Boosie being nice about the shit. But he know you out of pocket, Brorilla. You out of pocket. And you out of pocket because it's like, you pull a strap on your sister. You pull a strap on your sister, right? And then not only do you pull a strap on your sister, you pull a trap on your sister and then try to make it like she obligated to give you some money when you done violated. And it's like, for real, we keeping it 100. Who pull weapons on their family members? Like, let's be real about that shit for a minute. Like, who really does that? It's like, granted, I respect you getting your money, get your paper. But like, when you expose your family to get the paper, that's damn near like selling your soul. For real. It's like, yo, like, that shit ain't. Motherfuckers ain't gonna tell you, Brorilla, but I'm gonna tell you because I'm a real nigga. Ain't nobody respecting that shit that you on right now. You want some sucker shit. You want some straight sucker shit. Straight up. Ain't nobody gonna respect that shit. The fact that you exposing your family to get a bag is corny. Nobody gonna respect that shit at all. Ain't nobody gonna respect that shit. Because it's like at the end of the day, if this supposed to be somebody that you supposed to love and care about, you don't expose them in that type of manner. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's like, besides just that, let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. You say you care about your mom, and you could so concerned about Glorilla not doing what she doing for her mother. But like, let's be real. If you really care for her, why would you be exposing where she work at on the live because you and your feelings about your sister not giving y'all no money? Like, let's be real about that shit. Let's be real about that shit. If we gonna be real, be real. This is why, yo, on some real shit, this is why America is yet to have a female president. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with females or none of that. Like, I don't want y'all to get it misconstrued. What I'm saying is, you got females like Brorilla all up in her feelings. They be all up in her feelings and want to expose shit and be exposing the wrong shit. And they don't realize that by you exposing the shit the way that you exposing it, you don't realize the danger that you put your family in. Because it's like, all right, in the one sense, I'm gonna just point it out to you. Number one, you exposing your sister and how much of money she got, right? You exposing how much money your sister got by exposing her saying that she making all of this type of money. Granted, Forbes be doing that too, but it's like, yo, people that's out here, that's hungry, that ain't got no bag, that's homeless, that want to get some money. If they get the opportunity, they wouldn't have no problem doing something to your sister about you running your mouth talking about how much money she got. You understand what I'm saying? And then the fact that they saying you got 2, 3, 400,000 now off of exposing your sister. Now you a target because you want to be running your mouth about what your sister did or didn't do. And it's like, granted, that comes with the territory when you got paper. It is what it is. But it's just like, yo, the way you want about exposing your family, bro, Brorilla, that ain't thorough. That ain't thorough. Um, the second part of it is like, what's the context, my nigga? What you talking about? No, what I'm talking about the Brorilla gorilla situation. So it's like this, GS3YS, because I don't know how to pronounce all of that other stuff before it. This is the situation. The girl, Scarface or Brorilla, whatever her name is, she exposed her sister talking about, oh, you ain't helping the family out. My dad's still working where he working and my mom's still working at FedEx, right? So it's like, all right, cool. You exposing your sister saying that she got money and she ain't helping the family out, painting her out in a bad light. So now it's like you putting your sister in the line of fire for real, because you exposing that she got paper. Everybody knows she got paper, but when you exposing it like that, it's like you shining a light on it. So now people gonna be paying attention. All right, how can we get Glorilla? How can we line her up to get the paper from her that her sister complaining about from a street perspective? So then it's like you telling people where your mother works at. And it's like as a person that's supposed to be in the streets, like the way you look like you a street individual. But it's like, yo, you sitting here and you talking about, oh, oh, uh, my mom work here, my mom work there. And it's like, yo, are you serious? It's like, is you serious? Like, why are you exposing your mother like that? Now it's like somebody snatch your mom up. Now you're gonna be feeling some type of way. But you exposing your own people. Like real shit. Like you really like exposing your own people type shit. And it's like that ain't thorough at all. And it's like then it's like Shorty going at, and then it's like Shorty going at she going at Boosie talking about something he broke, Tubi movie, this, that, and the fourth. And it's like, yo, you don't even peep that low key. Boosie try to clean up the shit that you did because he know from a street perspective the shit that you on ain't what it's supposed to be. Now, Boosie gonna play a soft type of role. Yo, listen, that's what I'm saying. Like 80, 77. It's like this. You know, I fucks with Glow. I like her music. That one joint, I be fucking with that joint. She like, yeah, Glow. Yeah, Glow. Yeah, no, that shit hard. I ain't gonna lie, that shit hard. But this is a whole thing. It's like Boosie trying to clean that situation up by saying that artists ain't even really getting that type of money the way that y'all think that they getting it. And that was his way of trying to like low key not side with her, but at the same time clean the situation up because Brorilla, she's so money hungry, she put her family in the line of fire. And it's like, yo, Niggas out here fuck with Glow. Glow. You know, she stay in her lane. And she working with some certified hitters. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so like, motherfuckers fuck with Glow, man. Glow got that work. She ain't on no nut shit. Like, niggas respect it. But I'm just saying, like from a real nigga perspective, how you pull a strap on your own sister and then expect her to turn around and double back and bless you and show you love when you done backdoored your sister, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that real niggas is just gonna respect and real niggas ain't gonna respect, and it's like Boosie ain't gonna say it the way that he wanna say it, even though he a real nigga. He ain't gonna say it the way that he wanna say it because he constantly under scrutiny because of the shit that he be on. You know, he ripping and running the streets, carrying the guns and all that, getting caught for the bodies and all that type of shit. So he gotta move a certain type of way. He can't say what he want because he got the feds watching him anyway. You understand what I'm saying? He got the feds constantly watching him. Uh, uh, you know, he on probation, parole, and all of that, so he can't say and do what he want. Nigga like me, I'm free. I say what I want, and I don't care about no police anyway. You know, I'm gonna do me because I understand the Constitution and I understand the way that it works and what it's about. But on another tip, then you got another situation that you got going on. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the channel too as well. 25 people up in this joint. Let's get the likes up. But listen, on another note, right? Glorilla should help her family out, not sis. If her parents were there for her, though, through her career, don't know about their family situation. Honestly, if I was earning, I would make sure my parents retired. Hey, listen, this the whole thing. This the whole thing. And this is, I'm going to speak in defense of Glow, and then I'm going to get in defense of Brorilla, because I see it from both perspectives. Glorilla, first and foremost, she ain't obligated to do nothing for nobody. She came in the world by herself and she gonna die by herself, for real, for real. If she got kids, she obligated to them kids because she brought them in the world, so that's her responsibility to take care of them kids. But outside of that, she don't nobody nothing. And then it's like, especially her sister, when you done pulled the strap on her and tried to pistol whip her and all types of old goofy shit, like, she don't owe her sister nothing. You know? Morally, from a moral standpoint, it's like, all right, that's family, so you supposed to take care of them. So it's like, it's understandable why people saying what they saying. But like jail, you go to jail by yourself, you leave by yourself. Same way with this being alive. You was born by yourself, you gonna die by yourself. God put you on the earth. Yeah, okay, we put an emphasis on our mothers and fathers and all of that because they had sex and they was the vessels to help make us. But like, reality of it is this. God is the reason why you here on this earth. Point blank period, the higher power. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So Glorilla do not owe nobody nothing. And then from a street perspective, it's like, we put this emphasis on, oh yeah, family first, this, family that. So this is why she owe da-da-da-da-da. All right, cool. Man-made standards. I get it. Now that's defensive Glow. Now, in defense of what Brorilla is saying, because I don't want y'all to think that I'm against what Brorilla said about her sister not playing her part. I'm just against with certain things. But I'm going to speak on it. In Brorilla's defense, you can't be up and up like that, and you can't be playing your position for your family when you up, and everybody know that you up. That ain't how you do things. And the fact that from her perspective, you leaving your sister out there for dead, and your family, fuck your sister because she violated. But the fact that you leaving your family out there for dead like that, and this is the perception that's being painted, yeah, okay, I can understand why Glow would be out of pocket. Now, going back to Glow, we're going to speak on why she wrong. Like, yo, for real, money in the flag. For real, Glorilla, where she out of pocket at as the sister, you wasn't even supposed to get up on the live and expose shit. You wasn't supposed to say that you doing X, Y, Z for your family, that you playing your position for them. No, keep that shit behind closed doors. It ain't for everybody to be knowing what it is with your family. Because that's your family dynamic. It's different when you beefing with somebody outside the family. It's different. You understand what I'm saying? Um, no, you see, that's the thing. You can't even say fuck Brorilla because it's like she's saying all of the shit that she's saying because she in her feelings. And it's like, granted, she did what she did. She pulled the pistol on her sister. But it's like, we don't know why she pulled the pistol on Glorilla. Like, what type of time was Glorilla on to make her sister pull a pistol on her? You understand what I'm saying? But this is the thing, and this is just from a real perspective. You gonna do what you gonna do, and you gonna be how you gonna be. But like, when you dealing with family members, there's certain things that you do and you don't do. And when your family is in a position, you supposed to put your family in a position because that's what real niggas do. And then besides just that, Glorilla should have been gave her whole family a job and put them in a position so they can understand how money work, so they can grow their money, so they won't have to be leaning on their sister for the bag because she got the bag. Cause it's like, yo, at the end of the day, she's still her own person and still got her own life that she gotta live. Now, on Brorilla part, where Brorilla wrong at, it's like, yo, you ain't supposed to be exposing your family for no money. That's first and foremost. And then besides just that, you ain't supposed to be exposing your mother, her location. That ain't what you do. And that's why she wrong. Like, like it would have been a whole, like she could have exposed it. Like if she would have exposed it and exposed it in a way to where as though she ain't put people in the line of fire, all she had to do was say, like, yo, she Glorilla been on for such and such and such and such, doing the thing with Yo Gotti, woo, woo, woo. But she ain't looking out for her family. She turned her back on her family. That's all she had to say. She had to say, oh, you got my mom working, my mom's still working at FedEx, my dad's still working, and they ain't got y'all got them living in an apartment. And it's like, yo, you lining your whole family up. You lining everybody up because you want to be exposing people because you in your feelings. Now, on another note, you got the T.I. and the 50 Cent situation. Yo, that shit's nutty. Yo, you got T.I. going at 50 Cent saying, yo, what's up? I got your paperwork. Woo, 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 woo. Then you got 50 Cent saying, I ain't trying to do no work with you because you king rat. Woo, woo, woo. Disrespectfully. Like, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's the T.I. situation as far as like what they try to say about that boy being a rat. I don't know. Like, I'm neutral in that because it's kind of like you ain't getting nobody locked up, so it's like, how can you call somebody? How you ain't getting nobody booked, so it's like you can't call nobody a rat. But then it's like at the same time, you doing like little suspect type shit. So it's kind of like from the street perspective, a dude gonna look at you sideways, but you can't really like put that label on him. Me personally, I fucks with T.I. I like his music. I think the nigga cool nigga, you know. But from a street perspective, I understand why 50 Cent saying the things that he's saying. And do I agree with it? The way he going about doing things, I think it's a different way that you can go about doing that. But it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Now, on the flip side of that, you know, they saying that T.I. saying that he got 50 Cent paperwork. So it's kind of like, well, damn, tomato. Like with T.I., the way they look at him is more so like dry snitching versus snitching. That's basically how they looking at it. Dry snitching versus snitching. And to me, dry snitching is a whole different type of snitching compared to snitching. Like you dry snitch, you ain't getting nobody locked up. It could lead to that, but it's like you ain't on the stand pointing somebody out saying, yeah, he did it, woo, 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 woo. Ultimate form disrespectful. What's up, homie? I could finally go live. I made 50 subscribers. Yeah, Raven Tramper. Woo. That's good money, player. But like, yeah, though, man, like, you know, I'm glad that you able to go live, man. Hey, Raven Tramper. It's a lot of work that you got to do now, man, that you got 50. 50 subscribers. You gotta keep getting the subscribers. You gotta make sure that you make the content popping, and you gotta do what you gotta do. Get it lit. But don't sell your soul, bro. Don't sell your soul, bro. Just keep it 100, man. No matter what you doing, bro. But yeah, like on the 50 Cent note, I look at it like this. They saying they got paperwork on 50 Cent. I don't know if it's true, cause I personally ain't see no like how this is, how I'm holding this in my hand. I ain't physically getting no paperwork in my hand that says Curtis Jackson is a rat. You understand what I'm saying? So I ain't calling that boy 50 Cent no rat. That's just not how you do things. What I can say is they had like a little commercial where they was talking about 50 Cent was a rat, and they showed paperwork on a joint about a stabbing or something like that. But like I said, I ain't physically getting no paperwork, and I ain't see that paperwork physically to be able to know whether or not that's actually legit paperwork that they speaking on about 50 Cent. With T.I., I ain't see no paperwork on him telling on nobody. So it's like people gotta get the right perspectives when it come to this rat and shit. Like, you can't just be like calling somebody a rat without the proper paperwork to back up what you saying. Like, yo, like even the Crime Stoppers commercial that T.I. did, right? It's like, let's be real, like on some real nigga shit. Like, I ain't saying that I agree with him doing all of that and all of that. But like, let's be real. Who the fuck want to be in the neighborhood and want to constantly be concerned with their safety? Like, who wants to who wants to deal with that? Like, granted, it's a way that you go about dealing with. It's a way that you go about dealing with handling business. Like, you keep the shit in the streets if it's really a problem like that. But like, yo, the gangsters, the real niggas that's out here in the streets, the thoroughbreds, the ones that stick by the code, the G's, the real OGs, and the G's, the young G's, etc., etc. It has to be an etiquette with how we as real ones go about making sure that we keeping society safe, making sure that we keeping the youth safe. And I think not making excuses for 50 Cent, not making excuses for T.I., none of that, not making no excuses for why T.I. did the Crime Stoppers commercial. I'm just saying it from a real nigga perspective, how I'm viewing it. I'm looking at it like T.I. wasn't on no shit like he was trying to say fuck the streets like 21 Savage and all them dudes did. I think it's more so like how he was on it was like more so like he trying to make it to where as though it's safe for little kids to walk the streets because people is running around doing the shit that they shouldn't be doing. Like, yo, real talk, people that's pedophiles, rapists, they deserve to be in prison. And it's like, I'm not going to go snitch on them if they did that. I probably do something to them. But I wouldn't knock somebody that told on somebody that was a rapist or a pedophile. That's straight up. Straight up. And I don't care if you like what I'm saying. Right, that part. He had to do that shit. The same way with BG in the music situation, how he had to talk to the feds before he put music out. But it's like, yo, it's like they made T.I. humiliate himself in order to keep his freedom. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, to me, it's crazy that you mentioned that. Like, I had now thinking about that whole situation, how it played out. That's definitely how it played out. And it's like, it's crazy because it's like the narrative is being spent like that, like T.I. is a rat for doing that. And it's like, from a street perspective, I can understand why they would be saying like, okay, boy, rat, woo, 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 woo. I understand. But from a real nigga perspective, we gonna respect that he ain't no rat, that he ain't telling nobody. He ain't got no paperwork. He ain't got no paperwork saying that Clifford Harris told on XYZ, woo, 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 woo. Now, as far as like the court situation, speaking about that it's like, do you be like, well, okay, because he said that his man got killed, he ain't point main man out and say that main man killed him. He said he ain't even know that who killed who or what happened. He just knew that his man got killed. Do you classify that as a rat? Like, it ain't like he got on the set. It ain't like he got on the stand and said, you told. He ain't do that. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't do that. So it's kind of like, and he ain't got no statements. Tip ain't got no statements on his name. So it's like, damn, do you, like, from a street perspective, street niggas is gonna look at it and be like, well, all right, you ain't even supposed to put yourself in that type of situation, so you out of pocket. But from a real nigga perspective, it's like, damn, like, how am I supposed to handle that? I'm trying to go slide for real and kill one of you niggas because y'all done did what y'all did about to my man. And then my security guard tells on me. It's like, let's be for real about the whole situation. The security guard get booked. He tell on T.I. tell him that T.I. told him to go get them guns. Now with T.I., right? Where I say T.I. fucked up at with getting them guns and all that, he shouldn't have had a security guard go get them guns. That's what he shouldn't have did. He should have stayed in the. He should have went to the people that he was fucking with in the streets to go get them to get them guns for him. That way he wouldn't have been lined up like that. Them niggas in the streets that he was fucking with before was on, he would have been straight. That's just my opinion. The second part where he fucked up, and this is just me being real, you got all of that money, Tip. You should have got a lawyer to get your whole record expunged so now you can get a license to carry and go get them guns yourself legally from the store. Is what you should have did. That's just my opinion. Now, back in the day, it's certain things that you couldn't do. Like if you told on somebody, like pointing somebody out on the stand, or if you was a homosexual, whatever the case may be, you couldn't come around. People wasn't respecting that. They try to off you about that. And it ain't matter what you went. It don't matter what hood you went to. Now you understand what I'm saying? If you told people knew you had that paperwork, they wasn't fucking with you. Now it's like people messing with rats and fingers and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't knock it if that's what you want to be into. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not accepting it. I'm an old school dude. I'm 40. I'm not accepting certain stuff, period. I don't care what you want, what you talking about, none of that. That's just what it is. Now, what's up, mama? You all right?
Yes.
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm cool. Okay. Dirty Sprite, dirty Coke. Oh, wow. Yeah, sheesh. That was crazy. That was crazy, y'all, what she just did. But, yeah, though, man, like, with the 50 Cent situation, right? Huh? Yeah, that was crazy what she just did. Yeah, absolutely. With the 50 Cent situation, right? It's kind of like, well, damn, they don't know whether or not he told or not. But then, you know, you got people that done put paperwork out on 50 Cent saying that he's told on the stabbing. So it's kind of like, damn. It's kind of like, damn. Nobody is really speaking up on that. Now you and that he got his paperwork or whatever. And it's like, all right, well, if that's the case and he got his paperwork, expose it, put it out there. Cause it's like, we in the day and age of exposure. Now, and this is just me, man. Like I'm a real nigga, cut through, straight through. I'm everything that I say that I am. And I'm with whatever, whoever, whatever's on, whatever. But I'm a real one. I'm always gonna keep it real about what the real is. The real is, it's like, the real is nobody care no more nowadays about who told, who didn't tell. Like, you got dudes that's out here that's telling, that's winning for real, for real. And you got real ones that's losing. And they staying solid to the principles, but they losing. And it's like, at some point, as a grown man or a grown woman, you got to come to an understanding that you got to move and do things a certain type of way. And I ain't telling you to go out here and go tell on nobody. I ain't telling you to do that. I ain't telling you to be no sucker, no slouch, none of that. I'm telling you to be real with yourself. That's what I'm telling you. Just think about it for a minute. Like, let's be real. Like, all the way be real. If you go to a Foot Locker, right? If you go to a Foot Locker or you go to a grocery store, half and half, I don't think he got 50 paperwork. John Murder Inc. would have been exposed, bro. Hey, yo, 6498. I actually seen a document on TV that said, well, I don't know, it was something about a fight that they had in the studio and Black Tie, I think it was, on Ja Rule can't stab somebody and they said that the boy 50 told. So that's why I said what I said. Yeah, that's why I said what I said, right? Um, Greg goes 52. Hey yo, bro. Hey yo, check this shit out, right? I don't give a fuck about none of that C shit you talking about, bro. Like, fuck is you doing? Like, nut ass nigga. Like, you got me fucked up. Like, you got me fucked up. I come to your neighborhood, bro, and do something to you, bro. Fuck is you talking about? Nut ass nigga. Fuck out of here. But anyway, like I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted with this nut ass nigga getting on my live talking this dumb ass shit, you nut ass nigga. It's simple, bro. They said they got paperwork on Main Man. But like me, I don't call nobody no rat without having the physical paperwork in my hand and to verify whether or not it's actual factual on what's being said. Cause you can make up any type of paperwork. I've been in situations where dudes actually lied and made up paperwork on a nigga and said that a nigga was X, Y, and Z. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like tomato, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share to the channel, man. It's love is love, man. It's appreciated, man. Either or way, man. I'm just saying though, like when you dealing with real street politics and you dealing with real shit, it's like you gotta move accordingly off of real shit. But it's like you look at the grocery stores, like I was saying though, the grocery stores don't discriminate against who they do business with. As long as you ain't in there stealing their stuff or violating, doing some type of crime in they place of business, their establishment, they gonna sell to a person that's a rat. They gonna sell to a person that's in the LGBTQ community. They not discriminating. So it's like they don't discriminate. They don't discriminate against nothing. It's like straight like that. Like I just look at it like this, man. You gonna be on what you gonna be on. You gonna be on what you gonna be on, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. You gonna be on what you gonna be on. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, bro, I don't care. I don't care about. I don't care about no color, bro. I don't care about no color, bro. I care about respect. Like, I care about respect, straight like that. Like, you get up on this live running your motherfucking mouth, calling niggas slobs and shit like you bitch ass nigga, like knock your fucking teeth down your throat, you nut ass nigga. Fuck out of here. Matter of fact, you know what? You know what? Don't even worry about it, bro. I got you, bro. Hun. Here you go, bro. Hun. There you go. Then we gonna do that like that. Cause you want some sucker shit. I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't going back and forth. I ain't going back and forth with Main Man. Fuck him. But like I was saying though, man, like, you know, it's simple shit, man. Like, when you a real one, bro, you gonna be real, you gonna do real shit. And to me, that's where the game is fucked up at. The game is fucked up. And I'm gonna just be honest with you about it. The game is fucked up. Everybody on these phones, recording shit, doing shit. I was about to have to punch a nigga in the mouth yesterday. But like, about that shit. But like, you know, the game is fucked up. Everybody on these phones, talking on these phones, wiretaps, your man that you think your man telling. You think this dude solid, he telling on his man. My youngin got more nuts than most of these niggas out here. My youngin man just got caught up and he kept his motherfucking mouth closed. I respect him 110% to the max. Cause he's solid, he stood 10 toes down. Straight like that. But like, it's different era that's going on. You got these cameras, the Ring cameras that are Ring. Now you see what they did with the Flock. Amazon Ring cameras just terminated their services with Flock because they ain't trying to get caught up in that snitching shit. Like even like even Amazon respect the game and ain't on no snitching shit. The Ring people, you know what I'm saying? But it's like even with the Ring cameras, it's like that's low key snitching for real, because you using that as evidence to keep, safety, whatever the case may be. But like yo, G shit. When I was growing up, you gotta understand, it wasn't no cameras, wasn't no smartphones, wasn't no social media like that when I was growing up in the 90s, in the early 2000s. The early 2000s, mid 2000s is when they started coming out with all of this social media stuff. The most that they had at the time was America Online. They just started with the internet. You had to get the CD-ROM to upload it into your computer, and you had to have the phone line connected to the phone. You had to have the phone line connected to the phone to the computer in order to be able to use the internet. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, real shit. Like, listen, it's simple shit. If you're gonna be in the streets, I'm not telling you to be in the streets. I'm not promoting none of that. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna be in the streets, number one, you don't snitch. You keep your fucking mouth closed. The Fifth Amendment is real. You have a right to remain silent. You get in them rooms, if you feel like you ready to snitch, tell them that you need a lawyer. Tell them that you need a lawyer. And stop all the communication at that point. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't backdoor your homies. That ain't what you do. You don't backdoor your homies. Period. You don't expose your family. You make sure you keep your family safe. That's how you move when you're in the streets. And at the same time, understand, right, that anything goes in the streets. So if somebody kill your cat, you kill their dog. And I ain't telling you to do none of that neither. Because the reality of it is, you ain't got to be in the streets to really make some money and really be winning out here in these streets for real. Now, 6498. Speaking on MySpace, people that grew up in my era, bro, like, we wasn't even on MySpace like that. We was in the streets with it. We was outside with it. So we had little flip phones with no cameras on them. And then when we started getting the cameras on them and they had the ringtones and all of that shit, you know, niggas had the little special ringtones that was connected to the person you cared about the most or whoever, But we was too busy being out in the streets to be concerned with the MySpace. And it's like the dudes that was really like on it, that understood what it was hitting for, they was the ones that was getting on the MySpace, like dudes like Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy was one of them dudes that got on the internet and was utilizing the internet. He knew he seen what was going on. We was too busy out in the streets trying to sell the drugs and getting money, robberies, etc., doing that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what we was on. Like, you gotta understand. So when, like, mind you, I'm 40, bro. I'm 40. I was born in 1986. So I've been through the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, the 2020s. Then my parents is 73 and 71. So, and my grandparents, if they were still here, they would have been in their hundreds. So I got the privilege of being around my grandparents, which was born in 1919 and 1921, and my parents, which was born in the 50s, right? And then my old heads that was born in the 60s, and or the old timers that I fuck with, like on that level that I was in the streets with. 60s and the 70s. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I got like maybe like 8 different generations of knowledge, and I'm 40. So it's like, besides having my own generational knowledge from being in the jail, being around different Bloods, Crips, being around Black Panther Party members, being out of the country, having different types of knowledge with certain types of things, and me being an intelligent individual and reading and being having my own knowledge and being in the service and all of that. So for me, it's different, bro. And I'm in my song Real Fly. And my song Real Fly just went triple viral. Real Fly by Scarface Gamble. That's a big fact. Matter of fact, I'm about to put that up there right now on a poll tip. You know? Hold up. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. I ain't mean to do that. Oh no, they won't even let me do it right now. It's cool. It's all good. But real shit, man. It's so many ways that you can get money out this joint, bro. You ain't gotta sell them drugs. You ain't gotta expose your family. You ain't gotta do none of that goofy ass shit. You know. Do I side with Glorilla? Absolutely not if she ain't taking care of her family. Cause real niggas do real shit. But knowing that she taking care of her family and she showed it, we side with Glorilla. Brorilla, I ain't gonna knock you. You getting your money, I respect it. But it's certain things that how you go about. It's certain ways that you go about doing things, and the way that you went about doing that, you shouldn't have went about doing that. Now with the T.I. and the 50 Cent situation, that shit tricky because it's like you got one person calling a rat, then you got another person calling a rat, and it's like, yo, whoop de whoop. Ariel Ash 4W, Q8X, what's happening with it? Yo, I'm just being real, bro. Like real niggas gonna do real shit, bro. Straight like that. B team. Absolutely. Man, you know some of these gangsters have turned civilians, right? So that's why they feel they can tell and snitch. Bro, let me tell you something. 6498. Even if you turn a civilian, that won't change your mentals. Saying that to say if dudes that's a gangster and they getting to turn civilian and they snitch, they wasn't never gangsters. In that aspect of respecting the code. Cause you know, it's a difference between somebody that acts like a gangster and then they get punched on and they ain't a gangster, and as opposed to somebody that been putting in work and they just turn snitch, like somebody like the dude that was the Wayne Perry, like somebody like Wayne Perry, like he's a gangster, he's a killer, but he just did what he did. But like you know, like yo, let's be real about it, and we gonna talk about the snitching shit. Do you consider somebody that takes a plea agreement a snitch? Like like for instance, say you catch a case, say you catch a murder. Let's just say you murder somebody, right? Let's say you murder somebody, you by yourself. You're the only person on the case. You take a plea agreement. You take a plea agreement to take a 20 to 40 instead of taking it to trial, risking a first degree murder, and that'll get you life in prison or a death penalty. So you take a plea for 20 to 40. Now, mind you, when you take a plea, you got to admit that you're guilty, and you got to do this on the stand. You're telling on yourself, basically. Do you consider that a snitch? Do you consider that a rat, or is that a snitch? See, so Raven Tramper, let me point something out to you. The code, the way that some of these goofy ass niggas be trying to make it, you can't do that. Because if you do that, you snitching. Because you snitched on yourself. That's this type of, like, yo, I want y'all to understand the mentality of these niggas that's in the streets. Some of these niggas that's in the streets be on some real goofy ass shit. Even if you got co-defendants on your case and you say and you take a plea and you take a 20 to 40 and you say that you murdered somebody. And you ain't even gotta say that your co-defendant did anything. You could just take it and say, I murdered this person. They still gonna call you a rat for doing that. So like, let's be real about it, man. Like, yo, it gotta be a certain type of etiquette when it comes to this with this snitching shit. That these people, everybody keep doing this, saying these people snitching this, these people snitching that. Like, no, bro. No. Like, that's what I'm saying. You saying you eat that, but it's like, no, bro. It's like, no, bro. Like, yo, that 50, that Drake line that he said, when Drake said, my baby mama be harder than a lot of you niggas, that really be real, actual, factual, bro. These dudes be acting like they be really in the streets, but they don't really be in the streets like that. Now, let's talk about, matter of fact, you know what? Now I want to talk about that Thug and Gunner situation. Let's talk about that Thug and Gunner situation, and let's be real about that. The Thug and Gunner situation is simply this. Like Mozzie said, you got a snitch nigga told on the snitch. Man, you know how it is. Folk and both blood. Yo, listen. Real facts. Like, yo, Thug was running around here ripping and running, hollering, hooting and hollering, Thug, Gunner snitch, he a rat, woo, 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 woo. But then it's like, you got the video footage of you talking, snitching all up in the police cruiser. Now, like I said to you, right? And I want to clarify this, what I said in the beginning of the situation. I don't call nobody a rat without having the paperwork to be able to prove that they're a rat. Now, you know, social media is, it glamorizes certain things and make people seem to be out a certain type of way and make them out to be certain things. And they glorify it to make it a certain way. Me, I'm a street dude, so what you see is what you get. Straight like that. I'm 110% everything real about what I say, bro. If I did it, I'm gonna tell you I did it. If I didn't do it, I'm gonna tell you I didn't do it. And one thing you gotta understand, real niggas can understand and see real niggas. Me personally, you know, I feel like T.I. and I feel like 50 Cent, they both real niggas. I feel like T.I. is more of a real nigga for the people, whereas though 50 Cent is more of a real nigga for himself and his team. He don't give a fuck about what's going on outside of his team, you know? But, like, this is the thing, man. Like, with the Thug and Gunner situation, it's like, you getting caught and they saying that they got the video footage or audio footage of you snitching on some boy. I heard it, but I don't even know who it was. I wasn't even paying attention. It was like I was off of it as soon as I heard that you was snitching. I'm like, all right, man. Yeah. As soon as I seen that, I was like, I was off of it. Cause it's like, all right, you saying that this boy told, and it's like, it ain't like the bull pointed you out on the stand and said that he murdered somebody or whatever, but it's like still, it's like that shit be getting tricky. And it's like, motherfuckers would have respected Thug more if he would have just been like, kept his mouth closed about Gunner snitching. Especially when you knew that you was in a tuck saying the shit that you was saying in the police cruiser. Now, like, I don't know, man, like it get critical because it's like, you know, he a blood according to what the people saying. I don't know the man. I don't got no bad drama with him or nothing. I don't got no problems with him or nothing like that. Absolutely, bro. In that situation, I gotta say that Gunner was realer than Thug. Do I respect that he told? No, I feel like he should have went about it a little bit differently. But it is what it is. It is what it is. People respect snitches nowadays anyway, so it's like the snitching shit, the way that it was when I was growing up, that shit don't even hold the same weight no more. So it's like, it is what it is. Now, what I think is, what I feel like Thug should have did, instead of Thug trying to paint Main Man out in a bad light, he should have just fell back. He should have just fell back, and then nailed it. Matter of fact, let me put my clothes on real quick. I'm about to slide outside real quick. Matter of fact, no, I'm not. I was about to take this trash out, but I'll take it out later after I'm finished this live or whatever, because this live popping right now, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it's popping right now. But yo, like, comment, subscribe, share to the channel. Thug should have moved about that a little bit differently. We in a different type of era where certain things is more accepted now, so he should have moved differently. Now I'm gonna address the 6ix9ine situation. The 6ix9ine situation. 6ix9ine, he told on the non-Trey gangster homies. He told on them. Straight like that. He told on them, took the plea, snitched on them. Now, the mitigating circumstances that caused him to snitch was they put him in the trunk, they fucked his baby mom, they were stealing money from him. Now, they all supposed to be on the same team, but yet and still y'all backdooring him. And then when he snitched, y'all turn around and say that he ain't blood. All right, cool, whatever. But that boy was putting in work, doing drills with y'all. Okay, cool, whatever. So, this is what I'm going to say about this. From a Blood's perspective, 6ix9ine, yeah, you the fuck out of pocket. You violated. And for real, you had beef with them boys. You should have kept that shit in the streets. You should have did your time, took your time on the chin, did your time, came out, and then start gunning for them niggas. That's what you should have did. Instead of snitching on them niggas because they did some shit that violated. That's what 6ix9ine should have did. Now, as far as the homies, they was foul because of the fact that y'all put him on, and then y'all turn around and backdoor him like that about some paper. And it's like, from a Blood perspective, we blood from the mud, from the tomb to the womb. We blood till we drop. You understand what I'm saying? And it's about loyalty. So the fact that y'all was disloyal in that type of manner was kind of a little bit out of pocket. But I gotta clarify a few things. Number one, I'm not a non-Trey gangster, so that ain't my business. I'm just speaking on it from a real nigga perspective. At the end of the day, when you blood, you know what come with this blood shit, and you know what you signed up for. So it's like, win, lose, draw, regardless, at the end of the day, 6ix9ine was wrong. But it's like I said, I understand why he did what he did. Right. That's how they treated him. That's how they treated him. But it's like, when you put somebody on and they putting in that work, bro, you supposed to respect them as a homie, regardless if you don't want to deal with them in that manner or not. If you put on for your flag and you representing your flag and you showing love to your team, then you supposed to be treated as such. The fact, and I tell you like this, and this is just my thoughts on it with 6ix9ine. I feel like if them niggas wouldn't have never backdoored 6ix9ine the way that they did, number one, I guarantee you that he wouldn't have told on them. Number two, I guarantee you that he would have still been pushing the non-Trey gangster narrative today. He would have still been pushing non-Trey gangsters. I can guarantee you that. But but this is a thing. This is a thing. The problem with 6ix9ine is you trying to be militant with a civilian mindset. That's the problem with 6ix9ine, and that's why the shit fell the way that it fell. Number one, if you're gonna be militant, you gotta understand what comes with militancy. Okay, so Anthony Davis, brother Anthony. I ain't saying that he wasn't a lame. I'm not saying that I don't know the man. But only thing that I could say is what I know based off of what I seen in the different situations where they said, oh, he was putting in work, shooting shit, punching on shit, doing all that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like this literally the stuff that's being said about what was going on with this bull. So it's like when you know that this boy is putting in work, it's like I can't say that he ain't that. When he putting in work and putting on for his flag. Hold up. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. You think you can make a cheesecake like the people that at that place?
Huh?
That cheesecake that we did. Could you make one of them like that?
I mean, I could, but I mean, I don't have the ingredients, but I could.
Okay.
I could.
All right.
Okay.
We gotta get some of them ingredients. Cause that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
That cheesecake was crazy.
I actually have all the recipe.
Okay. Solid. Yeah, A Wins, H4K. He was definitely riding the hardest, you know what I mean? Like, comment, subscribe, share to the channel, man. Like, real talk, man. Tap in with me, man. Like, real shit, man. Like, yo, I'm a real nigga, man. And I don't even like talking like that. Yeah, he was after he had them niggas with him. He one of them fake tough niggas. We all been around dozens of them niggas, the same niggas that soft behind themselves, no respect for me. Hey, yo, bro. So let me ask you a question, right, brother Anthony? If a dude by himself and he pushed the pistol, right? And he pushed the pistol, is he fake? Is he fake tough if he don't fight nobody? Like, yo, real shit. You got dudes that got heart when they by themselves when they got a gun, and you got dudes that don't got no heart when they ain't got no gun when they by themselves. So it's like, that's the whole point of having a team, bro. Like when you got a team, you got a family. It ain't no different than a man protecting his family. Yo, I'm soft when it comes to dealing with my family, but I'm gonna be hard as nails when it comes to protecting them. So what's the difference? I'm not knocking what you saying. I understand and respect what you saying from a real nigga perspective. I'm just saying, switch your perspective for a minute, shift your perspective and look at it from a different standpoint and measure what you saying to a different perspective. And if you still stand on what you saying after you measure it from different perspectives, then cool. You can live with that because it's a solid principle that you're going to rock with. If that makes any sense with how I'm saying it. Jason Hill, what's happening with it? Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the channel. I mean, me personally, if you around, this is the thing, if you around like dudes like Whack 100, John T and all them, Bompton G Uno, you around them type of dudes in a gang setting, it's kind of like he got to be hard to some extent to be in that type of environment. And I'm not saying that them dudes is the hardest, but I know from perspectives, from being involved with the lifestyle. Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's the point, Anthony Davis. That's the point, bro. The point that I'm trying to make is, if a person don't move a certain type of way, he looked at as if he's soft because he don't move a certain type of way in that situation. But what you fail to realize is that moving intelligent don't make you soft. That's all I'm trying to point out to you. And just because a dude don't rock when he by himself a certain way, don't necessarily mean that he's soft. People just gonna look at it that way because we got this ingrained street perspective that we supposed to carry and move and conduct ourselves in a certain type of manner. Um, I'm just saying, like, yo, I've been to jail, bro, and you gotta understand. Oh, yo, bro, I I'm I'm famous right now, right? I'm famous right now, right? Let's just say I'm famous right now, or not. I'm not famous. I'm talking my shit, but then when I get famous, I stop talking shit. Do that make me fake because I stopped talking shit when I became famous? When I was popping my shit before I was famous? Like that's perspective shit, bro. It's called paradigms. I'm telling you, I've been in jail, bro, and you gotta understand. When I was in jail, I seen multiple different types of personalities. People that having personality disorders, people having different perspectives, the way that they carried themselves, the way that they thought, the way that they moved. Like you had jailhouse lawyers, you had the murderers, you had the rapists, you had the LGBT community, you had the people that was the snitches, you had the workout boys, you had the boys, the hustlers. Now, mind you, that's seven different types of categories of people that I just said that was in prison, right? Seven different categories. All of them had different mindsets. No bullshit. Hey, yo, bro. And that's a brother Anthony Davis. Hey, listen, I understand, bro. I respect it, bro. I just say it like this. I'll just say it like this. Getting to where you trying to go to in life, it doesn't happen overnight. It comes with time. You want to grow something, to take time for you to grow something. You know, unless you trot the paths that famous men already took, so that you know what to do to put yourself in a position in a faster rate. But I say that to basically say this. Um, Being in a position of being able to be successful in life and do what you want to do in life requires that you do certain things and discipline yourself, which takes time. Saying that to basically say discipline and grooming yourself to be what you want to be takes time for you to elevate to that level. Saying that to basically say it's okay that you might have been a soft person in the beginning, but it's sort of like a Rakim saying. Rakim was like, "It ain't where you from, it's where you at." Saying that to basically say where you from, how you came up, how you learned, how you was as an individual from your environment that you grew up in, don't define where you at mentally unless you allow it to dictate where you at as an individual. So I say that to basically say it's a mindset. You only as tough as your mindset. If you soften the mind, you gonna be soft in your actions. Like what's the guy's name? James Allen? No, Dr. Naeem Akbar, I believe it was. As a man thinketh, thoughts become things. John Allen was saying that. You are what you think. Yo, if you discipline yourself to be a certain way over a period of time, you'll transform into which it is that you think that you are. Straight like that. Straight like that. Yo, if you wanna be something, you gotta think it and you gotta make sure that you manifest it in your actions on a regular everyday basis. Um, yo, it's a book called The Art of Thinking. Brother, yeah, everybody new, like, comment, subscribe. Real talk. But brother Anthony Davis, man, it's like this. It's a book called The Art of Thinking. I really highly suggest that you get you get that book. And it's also another book that I would suggest you get. Uh, it's about the As a Man Thinketh by Dr. John. I think it's by Dr. James Allen and Dr. Naeem Akbar, I believe it is. As a Man Thinketh. I suggest you get those books because when you get those two books, it'll change the way that you view things. It'll change the way that you view things. Like you won't necessarily look at somebody that's being soft as something that's being soft when you switch your perspective and you look at it from a different viewpoint. Okay, so let's look at it from a different standpoint. You say, this nigga, he's soft, he wasn't popping that shit. All right. I seen the odds was against me. I seen that I was outnumbered. I knew that it wasn't smart for me to say and do certain things because I knew that if I said and do certain things in them circumstances, I knew that 9 times out of 10 I wouldn't even be here to be able to tell you my story because I knew that if I would have took a last stand and stood tall in that situation and said something because I felt a certain type of way about my pride, instead of putting my pride to the side to be able to deal with the circumstances and move accordingly, I guess that makes me a real G. You know? That don't make me soft. But at the same time, if you in the streets and you looking at things a certain type of way, nigga gonna look at you, yeah, you soft. Straight like that, yeah, you soft. I don't care what you did, you soft. Like, yo, even military, even military, even military excursions retreated in certain circumstances. Do that make the military soft? Just saying. Fool, it's not me going against what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I respect what you're saying. I'm just saying, from a real nigga perspective, switch the perspective. Play the devil's advocate for a minute. And rigid, basically, what I'm trying to point out to you, bro, rigid principles is the reason why niggas die. Rigid principles is the reason why Tupac died. Rigid principles is the reason why Nipsey Hussle died. Rigid principles is the reason why Biggie died. Rigid principles is the reason why PNB Rock died. Rigid principles is the reason. Rigid principles is the reason why LGBTQ died. Like, yo, I seen something where it said a strong run is better than the last stand. I don't know exactly where I seen that at. And then I seen something that said it don't make you a pussy to put down a gun and fight. And he said, matter of fact, he said you live, but you live to fight another day. And he say I'm a man without the gun or whatever. You know, I look at it like this, man. I did jail time, bro. You hear me? I did jail time. I got the scars to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you. You see that? You see that on my face? You see that? I got the scars on my face. Hold up, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all. I got the scars. I got the scars on my back. You understand what I'm saying? I got the scars on my back, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem. I don't got no problem taking up about what the fuck I believe in. I'm 10 toes down anywhere I go, whatever I'm doing. But I ain't a dummy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm 10 toes down wherever I go, bro. And if you wasn't able to catch it, the scar, this is what the scar on my back looks like. If you wasn't able to catch it. If you wasn't able to fully catch it, That's what the scar on my back looked like. And it wraps around my back. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you so you know I ain't on no bozo shit. That's what I went to jail for. Right there. That's what I went to jail for. You understand what I'm saying? I'm staying 10 toes down on everything that I say that I am, bro. I'm going to read this out to y'all. The district attorney called us three violent gun-toting drug thugs. Furman was referring to a recent conviction of Andre Mason, 21, and Russell Brinson, 23, both of Philadelphia, and a guilty plea of Trent Millington, red-ass nigga Trent, of Norristown, but he from Philly, red-ass nigga. Me and him went to school together. We was in elementary school together, this red-ass nigga. Three came to the 500 block of Green Street in Norristown to settle a drug-related dispute. However, Norristown police responded to a 911 call concerning several armed men arrived at and chased down the three defendants who fled through the streets of Norristown. In addition to drugs and drug police recovered a SKS assault rifle loaded with 27 rounds, one in the chamber ready to be fired, a 357 handgun, another semi-automatic handgun, and numerous other ammunitions. Norristown is a tough place to do business, said Furman. I mean, I'm just saying, bro. I'm saying that to basically say, like, I'm with shit. I'm with whatever we on, whatever you try and be on, whatever you think you on, whatever you think you gonna do. I'm with all of that shit. And not only to mention, I'm gonna show you something else too. And not only to mention that, this is me. You understand what I'm saying? That's me. Saying that to basically say, I'm with the shit for real, for real. Like I'm with the shit for real, bro. Like I ain't one of them dudes that's pump faking. I'd rather teach you though as opposed to try to harm you though. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But you know, I say all of that to basically say this. If you real and you out here in these streets and you try and rip and run these streets and you sticking to a rigid principle, right? Been there, done it. Real shit, bro. Like I've been there and done it. And I'm not a dumb nigga. You see that right there? You see that right there? And I wasn't even fully all the way engaged in the test. I was doing a whole bunch of shit. I could have easily scored 145 on that joint or better if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? That's what it says about my score. That's what it says about me as an individual, bro. Just saying. But I'm just, yo, you got these people that's out here in the streets, right? Doing all of the shit that they doing, risking their freedom because they don't see no way out, because they don't got an understanding that how you apply what you know to situations to determine how the level of money that you get when you out here in these streets. Like, yo, you gotta have a good team around you. That's first and foremost. You gotta have a good team around you, because if you got a good team around you, you won't be able to get paper. Like, yo, look, like no bullshit, right? I be on the stock market, right? And I just be looking at it. And it be 50 employees controlling $1 billion in revenue as a market cap. And it's like 50 people controlling $1 billion. That's basically, right? $1 million 1,000 times. No, listen, real shit. Crucialness TV 6498. I'm a real nigga, bro. Everything that I say that I did it, bro. If I tell you I ain't do it, bro, I ain't do it, bro. It's like, yo, when you lie to somebody, you lie to them because you're afraid of them. And In me, it's like if I'm afraid of somebody, I'm gonna tell you that I'm afraid of you. And it's like, but it's like in real life, it's like, and I'm not one of them dudes that's gonna sit here and kick it, say I don't fear no man, I only fear God. No, fuck all that. I ain't gonna sit here and pump fake. Yo, I went in the rolling 60s hood. I was in the alleyway. I was scared as shit. I'm a whole blood in the Crip neighborhood. Granted, I was with a Crip at the time when I went out there, but it's like I was scared. But even though I was scared, that don't mean that I ain't gonna stand 10 toes down if something happen. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But it be these dudes that be out here faking and frauding and acting like they ain't with the shit. What was you gonna do in the alley? Hey man, for real, I was new out there. I ain't really know nothing out there. So it's like it's nothing that I would have really been able to do. I'd have had to get active. I'd have probably got out on. They probably got out on me for real. But I'm saying, that even though I was scared, I would have stood 10 toes down if I would have got approached in the wrong manner. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care about dudes being Bloods or Crips or none of that. Because at the end of the day, red and blue don't define who you is as an individual, and it don't determine the loyalty. It just determines the team that you on. Oh yeah, I'm on the red team. Yeah, I'm on the blue team. But you got Crips that ride more for blood than a Crip than a blood would, and vice versa. I seen situations. Where you got Crip niggas riding for blood niggas. I seen situations where you got blood niggas riding for Crip niggas. I seen situations where Crips and Bloods are actually real life family members. So it be different, bro. It be different, bro. It be different. Everything for me, yo, no, you good, bro. You good. I was talking to brother Big Kahunas. But this the whole thing, bro. This the real. This the real about the shit. Everything for me, this red flag that I'm representing on my head, RSB, aka MPB, aka 7WH, Ray Street Bloods, aka Nichols Park Bloods, aka 7-4 Hustlers, if you know, you know, Reaper Squad. It's simple, bro. Etiquette. Everything is all about etiquette and principle. You carry and conduct yourself as a real man at all times, a real woman at all times. You know, you don't work with pride and be on some. I'm gonna take a last stand, knowing that the situation doesn't call for you to move like that because you know if you move like that, you're gonna lose your life. No, be smart in how you move, but at the same time, be a real G about how you move too. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your soul in order to be able to get riches. Cause at the end of the day, none of that shit really mean nothing if you ain't got yourself and you ain't grounded in yourself, man. Straight like that, man. Real niggas gonna do real things regardless, bro. Straight like that. And it all boils down to understanding what it is, bro. How you live your life. Being a real nigga don't make you real. Taking care of your family make you real, bro. Standing on what you move on as a man or a woman is what make you real. Being real is understanding that priorities is over principles, but still standing firm on your principles, and at the same time, understanding that God is above all of that, and your responsibility as a man or a woman on this earth while you here is what make you solid. That's what make you solid, bro. Like, yo, that's why being 100, that's why Tupac was able to go to blood neighborhoods, Crip neighborhoods, and get love. You understand what I'm saying? That's why Nipsey was able to go to blood neighborhoods, Crip neighborhoods, and get love. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with, oh, you a big homie, you push the line. It's all about The respect factor, how you carry yourself as a man, bro. How you carry yourself as a woman. Is you solid? Can I trust that if I turn my back, you ain't gonna snake me or backdoor me? Can I trust that you honorable in how you conduct and carry yourself? Can I trust you if I leave $100,000 on the table and you my peoples? Can I trust that you gonna stand firm on that and not touch none of that money? Not steal none of that money from me? Can I trust that? That's the difference between people that's out here doing this thing for clout and people that's actually out here doing this shit in real life in the streets. Now, I want to speak on that 21 Savage Thug and Gunner situation. To me, they said fuck the streets. I get it. I understand why they said it. You know? Do I agree with it? I'm going to say yeah and I'm going to say no. And I'm going to tell you why I say yeah and I'm going to say no. I don't agree with it first and foremost is because y'all out here in the streets and y'all still kicking this street shit. So if you gonna say fuck the streets, all the way stay away from not talking about street shit. Switch the narrative and how you rap, whatever it is that you rapping about. Don't talk about nothing pertaining to the streets. Point blank, period. And it's like at the same time, that's how y'all made a majority of y'all money talking in street shit. So it's like kind of like a smack in the face to people that's in the streets. That they do street shit that done been there, done it. Now, on the flip side of it, why I say yeah, I understand, I respect it, is because you know, I respect it because it's like you basically trying to tell the youth that they shouldn't be in the streets ripping and running, and I respect that. I just think that the way that you should have gave the message should have been, you should have did it a little bit differently. You know, that's just my opinion. Now I'm about to address something that was just recently just said. Ricardo R2C5Y. He said, stop gossiping. Men don't gossip. The first and foremost, that's a lie. Men do gossip. That's a lie. Especially when it comes to speaking on their own team. Like they keep the gossip in amongst their own team so that they're aware of what's going on around them. That's the first thing. The second thing is when it comes to gossip, something that's already public knowledge, you can't turn public knowledge into me gossiping, bro. Like gossiping is when you talking about shit that people was not privy to knowing. When you talking about people business, when you putting people business out there, it's a difference between putting somebody business out there and talk about something that's already public. It's a difference. I'm not mad at you for saying what you're saying. I'm not mad at what you're saying. I get it. I understand. I get it, bro. I get it. I ain't mad at you. It's kind of hard to mind your business though. Like when you on YouTube and you trying to learn something, the first thing that comes into your algorithmic feed is T.I. violates 50 Cent, Brorilla violates Glorilla, says she's this, that, and the fourth. For 21 Savage says F the streets, blase blip, young thugs a snitch, woo 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 woo. Like it's kind of hard to mind your business when that's the first things that you see when you get on TV. But like, listen, man, it's like this, bro. And I'ma just be real about the shit. The real is, I respect what 21 Savage was saying about saying fuck the streets. Straight up. I respect it. However, the way that he went about saying fuck the streets, he shouldn't have did it like that. Because it's like, by you doing that like that, you basically kind of being like a hypocrite in some sense, because it's like it's like it's like you talking about fuck the streets, but you did everything to make your money from talking about street shit. And now you turn around and say fuck the streets because, hey yo, I fucks with Glow. Yeah, Glow. Yeah, Glow. Yeah, Glow. I fucks with Glow. And she running with some real street dudes. Young Gotti, Mozzie, all them boys. Yeah. Yeah. Glow the shit. But like, yeah, though, I'm just saying, like, the way 21 Savage should have went about that, he should have just been like, yo, I ain't gonna say F the streets in a manner like how I'm saying. I'm saying the youth need to be concerned. The youth need to be concerned about what's going on as far as like how they can do growth and development, and not be concerned with what the street narrative is. Because the reality of it is these people put the street allure out there to set you up for failure so that they can make money off of you. Put you in prison, make money off of your name. You know, it is what it is, man. Like, hey, Ricardo, man, like, listen, bro, I ain't even mad at you, bro. Do your thing, bro. Do your thug thizzle, bro. Roadblocks. Christopher, what's happening with it? Ooh. Yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Help a player get into the algorithm. We gonna keep it real. I'm gonna probably get back with y'all sometime later on tonight. I gotta take care of a few things. Brother Ricardo R2C at 5 Ys are hating. He hating on the program, that's what haters do. Zest Monsters in the building, Solomon Grape Gotti. What's up with it, man? Yeah. Hey, man, yeah, this live been going crazy, brother. Ad Productions. Uneducated. He called me an uneducated person. But, that's my IQ level. I'm smarter than 99% of the people in the room. But, I'm uneducated, though. It's like, I'm uneducated. This boy Solomon Great Gotti, the Zest Monster, acting goofy, talking about he's stroking his meat. Like, get him out of here. Get him out of here. This boy crazy. Gossiping like a female. This guy Ricardo talking sleazy like, hey man, but let you tell it, man. I'm the dumbest. I'm a dummy. I'm dumb as a bag of bricks. But okay, man, cool, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just being real about it, man. $5. He said, show $5. Got him up out of this joint. Get him out of here. Sam Manny. Good to see happy and healthy, man. A wins. H4K. What's happening with it? But yo, man, like, listen, man. Listen, man. It's a simple thing, man. Honor is everything. Honor overrides loyalty. Because the reality of it is loyalty can change. Honor won't. Honor is something that's within. It's self. It's a self thing. I'ma be loyal because it's the principle to myself that I'm gonna be honorable in how I conduct and carry myself. Hit that like button. subscribe, share to the channel. You know what I'm talking about? Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, though, man. Like, love, man. Y'all love me, man. I love y'all, man. And I'm standing firm on it. Hey, Ricardo, man. I'm broke, man. I'm broke as a $2 bill, bro. Hold up, matter of fact, hold that thought. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Right back. Yo, that smell good. I don't know what,
Hey, you want to eat, baby?
I don't know what it is, but it smells good. Whatever that is. What is it, baby?
It's, I made like a chicken, just like the top thing, you know?
It smells good.
It's good.
It smells real good. Yo, so check this out. Boom. Nipsey Hussle. That's my dog. You say I'm broke. You say I'm broke. You probably never even seen one of these before, bro. Talking that goofiness. You probably never seen one of these before, player. Get your money up. Get your money up. Real niggas know what this is, bro. I ain't gotta say nothing. Real niggas know, bro. But I say that to basically say Nipsey Hussle, man. Nipsey Hussle is my guy, man. I had to get it and support the cause, you feel me? I had to get it and support the cause, bro. But yeah, though, like, when you know, man, you know, bro. You probably never even seen a $2 bill before, bro. Get your money right, bro. Like, talk crazy. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm about to go put my stuff back, bro. Cause y'all be acting crazy.
You ready to eat now, baby?
Yes, man. Yes, man. I sure am. That shit smells so good. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Give me a second. I gotta. That shit smells so good. Damn, this shit smells so good. What you want, huh? What you want, Mr. Babe? Get yours first. Get yours first.
Just give me a whole, this whole section right here, and then you got half of this and knives and thing. That's the stuff that was the leftover barbecue chicken I made, and added some cheese and some Philadelphia cream cheese. Cakes in the oven.
Cake in the oven. Got it. And Shaq already ate? Alright, cool. No problem. Thank you. In the closet. All this stuff isn't. I'm gonna just give me one of those. It's cool, right? It's cool. I'm sure. My bad about that, y'all. But the live, man, we gotta get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, listen. You know, my wife, she cooks a lot, so you know.
Hey, you want to play?
Hey, listen. I'm always gonna be real, but you know, my wife, she cook a lot. You know,
You're not hungry?
so she actually baking a cake right now. This shit right here. Let me show y'all what she just made.
Or you want to make it? Okay, I got you.
Let me show you what she just made. You see that? That's what my wife just made. It's chicken and stuffing. It's chicken stuffing casserole is what my wife just made. That shit is so good. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. A wins, A wins H4K. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The difference between people that's the difference between people that's actually talented in the music industry and people that's famous in the music industry is the connections. I ain't really famous and I don't got no connections like that. So that's why I'm not like my shit ain't popping the way that it's supposed to be popping. But it's weird though, because I literally somebody used my music and it went triple viral. Not to mention, it went 100,000 on TikTok, and somebody else just used my music and it went 100,000. 100,000 views. But but connections is everything. That's his name. Troy Ave was snitching. He made it sound good too, but nah. Hey yo, bro. One thing about me, I ain't telling on nobody, bro. I'd rather be dead on death. I'd rather be dead on death row with life in prison as opposed to snitching on somebody. And that's real facts. That's real rap. When I say that to you on this live, I wholeheartedly mean that shit. Wholeheartedly. I mean that shit. I wouldn't give them up. I wouldn't give a fuck if somebody shot my mom in front of me right now. I ain't snitching. And that's the fact. I feel some type of way if somebody shot my mother in front of me. Best believe it's on at that point, right then and there when it happened. But like, I ain't snitching. No, I want you to be on the street, bro. I'm gonna blow your shit off. Facts. But that's a whole nother story. The way that society is, you can't think like that. You gotta move accordingly. You gotta move smart out here. You can't be doing dumb shit. I mean, it is what it is, man. I know one thing. This shit popping. Pop, man. But yeah, though, man. Like I say the same things all the time, man. Life is what you make it. Life is really what you make it, man. And the small people that's out here in the world, the small people that's out here in the world, they gonna stay small, and the big people gonna stay big. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. The people that's really out here making the difference, they making the difference because they understand financial literacy. And they understand that the team that you got around you is almost everything besides the mindset. Um, hey, so no, listen, that's the thing, right? With 6ix9ine, this is the thing. As a blood, as me being a blood, I don't respect the fact that he snitched. And I also don't respect the fact that they had him believing that he was blood and they backdoored him the way that he did. But also, from a blood perspective, you know, I'ma always side with what's going on with the Bloods. I might not agree with it, and I'ma say it because I'm a real nigga. But I'ma side with what blood is on. Especially if they in the right. But I say all of that to basically say, in my opinion, 6ix9ine handled that the wrong way. He should have did his time. He should have did his time, came home, and then he should have went at them niggas. Hey yo, okay. 64.98. Hold up. I'm about to get some more of this. Hold up. That shit crazy. Hold up, y'all. It's I'm gonna say it like this. This is what I think about that Vlad situation. First off, I like Vlad, right? I think that Vlad be giving a lot of opportunities to people that's coming up trying to get it. They give opportunities to him and they make money, and he make money off of them, but by exposing certain types of content. And I think I'm even subscribed to him too, right? But what I do think is, I think that if Jay Z did that, I feel like Jay Z did wrong if he did that. Um, I feel like I feel like if Jay Z did that and Vlad exposing it, Vlad on some sucker shit, but at the same time, it's honorable, so you gotta respect it. You know, I don't know, man. I just that's one of them. That's one of them tricky type situations because that's a black man versus another black man, and you got a white man that's in between both of them exposing another black man that went against a black man, and it's like how do you respect something like that as a black man, knowing that this man is saying that this another black man paid them to spin a narrative to keep another black man locked up, and that we all know what the narrative is. We all know what the narrative is. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Yeah, give me another. Give me 2 bags. Okay. Give me 2 trash bags. What do you want this at? Yeah, remember the best way to do this one, when you're taking it out, turn it sideways and then pull it out slow, and then get a whole grip on it. I'm about to take this out and put it out. Yeah. No. Take this shit outside so these cats don't get it. Yeah, hold up. I gotta take the trash out real quick. I think I need another bag too. All right, cool. Yeah. A side. Help me put this in here real quick. Thank you.
You know, hold up, y'all. I'm just taking the trash out. You know what I mean? He tried to blackball Chris Brown about Riri. Chris Brown was a little bigger than Tory at the time, talking about how to carry yourself in real life situations. Why would them Bloods commit crimes knowing he could tell at any moment? That's a shit was too real moment.
What's in there is for you.
Hey, yo. So this the real about this shit. The real is they violated because they did what they did to that boy. It's like certain shit you ain't supposed to do. You wasn't supposed to backdoor your man like that. He backdoored his man. That wasn't. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. That's mad. Just had to get the trash right. Yeah, he backdoor your man. It's like you can't backdoor your man and think that he gonna everything gonna be all right. You backdoor you my man and you backdoor me. I'm gunning for you. That's just me. But everybody ain't gonna move the same way. And me personally, like you know, I live by blood rules and protocols, laws and regulations. So it's one of them situations where you can't be mad at a nigga because it's like he's got a civilian mind state in a militant organization. Can't be mad. Can't even really knock him for real, for real. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. Hold up, y'all. Yeah. No, so that's the thing. That's the thing. They gonna say that he wasn't a part of them. They gonna say that he wasn't a part of them to clean the narrative up, bro. That nigga was definitely a non-trade gangster, bro. There ain't no doubt in my mind about that. Yeah. Yeah, like it's no doubt in my mind. None. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt in my mind about it. Lock the door. Go upstairs. Yeah, man. Ain't no doubt in my mind about it, though. None. None whatsoever. Now, this is what I'm going to say. At the time when Chris Brown was going through the situation that he was going through with Rihanna, we didn't know everything that was going on with that situation. You know? The only thing that we knew about that situation, was Chris Brown was beating on Riri. That's all we knew. But what we didn't know, which we know now, is that the reason why that situation happened. Hold up. The reason why that situation happened with Chris Brown and Rihanna is because, according to what was said, Rihanna had gave him an STD. How true that is, don't know. But that's why Chris Brown did what he did with Rihanna. Do I agree with it? I ain't gonna say I agree with it. I'm gonna say I understand it. And as a real nigga, I understand that. So you got some people that would have pushed the pistol about that. Some people would have, honestly, Rihanna lucky that she's still living. Honestly, about doing some shit like that. Now, let's see. As far as Jay-Z, blackballing Chris Brown and all that, how you think that played out? How you think that's working now? Because Chris Brown probably one of the most famous people on the planet. He on Michael Jackson status. Big facts. Tory Lanez, another famous person. You know? Another famous person. If you know, you know. Close your door and all of that cool stuff. Remember, I will be back shortly. I'm almost done with this. All right, I'll leave it open there. How many niggas spit in that? Well, my boy. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, yo, listen. Real shit, and this is just me speaking. You know, I'm gonna speak about that because it's about time that somebody spoke on what I'm about to speak on. Money. In most cases, people have a tendency to let shit slide when money is involved. And that's the difference between the 90s, the 2000s, and now. That's the difference. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm about to do these dishes while I'm in here. Fuck it. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Chris Brown is definitely on their level, famous wise. Big facts. Big facts. And Usher. I ain't gonna say Usher is like Michael Jackson famous, because Usher don't be really, he make noise, but he ain't like on no Chris Brown shit. Chris Brown is like a mixture of Michael Jackson and Tupac. Whereas though Usher is like a mixture of Michael Jackson and Prince. That's the best way I can describe the differences between those two. You know, but like on some G shit, right? I look at it like this. When it comes to getting the bag, to getting some money, principles, right, should always outweigh money, your etiquette. So if I know that this bag is going to violate something that I stand on, I ain't supposed to go get it. Now, you know, Jay-Z always been like on some hating shit, according to what the people say. You know, when Pop was alive though, he wasn't really making too much noise like that. Like he was always making noise like from the beginning, he's him. You know what I'm saying? He's his own man. But it's a way that you go about doing things. And that's why the streets respect Jay-Z to an extent. Straight up. That's why the streets respect Jay-Z to an extent. Me personally, I don't know the man. I ain't really got too much to say about him. I just know that, you know, I'm a Pac fan, and I'm a Nas fan. So Me saying that I'm a Nas and I'm a Pac fan, that should just let you know how I view him as an individual. Not saying that I got anything against him. You know what I mean? Because I don't. I don't know him to have nothing against him. But I already kind of got like a biased stance somewhat against Jay-Z. So I'm not a certain way, but I'm gonna always be real about shit. I'm gonna be a real nigga. I'm gonna be a real nigga. Cause that's all I know how to be. But I'm intelligent. Yeah, I mean, you know, they say he stole Biggie's rhyme. It wouldn't surprise me. They say Biggie stole, they say Biggie stole Pac flow. So it's like, if you look at the first two albums that Biggie did, it mirrors Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me. Just saying. Yeah, I don't knock nobody though. I don't knock nobody for what they do. Get your money. Get your money. You know, I ain't like I was a super hardcore Tupac fan, right? A super hardcore Tupac fan. So it was to the point that I wasn't listening to Big, I wasn't listening to Jay-Z, I wasn't listening to Nas, but I started seeing different types of interviews on Nas and listening to some of the things that people were saying in the interviews about Nas, and then I started listening to Nas stuff, hearing this, like really hearing him. Nas is a problem. And he ain't never really had no beef. He ain't never really had no beef with Pop. And then he's like, I'm a real nigga, so I'm gonna respect what a real nigga, when another real nigga is saying, even if I don't like him because of my team or because of people that I fuck with, I'm gonna respect the real nigga. And it's all etiquette, man. Who stole Big L flow? Who stole Big L flow? Wins H4K? I want to know. I want to know who you talking about. I want to know who you talking about, bro. Hey, yo. So, you know, Lane grew up in a certain type of era. Certain types of music was good to play. Certain types of music wasn't good to play. And I ain't gonna lie. I'm in that era where East Coast, West Coast was beefing. And mind you, I'm a whole Pac fan over here in Philadelphia. Big facts. In Philly. But you know it was different, like, because it was more so like New York. It was more so New York versus California type shit for real, for real. You know, Philly was Philly. We on the East Coast. But we was kind of like neutral for real with that shit. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. They was definitely playing Biggie real heavy on Power 99 when I was a kid. Big facts. Yeah. Absolutely. Real talk, man. Yeah, man. I'm chilling though, man. You Texas? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. Hey yo, absolutely, bro. That's how I'm coming. That's how I'm coming. That's how I'm coming, bro. I'm gonna show y'all something in a minute. I'm gonna show you something in a minute. Just give me a second so I can finish washing these dishes off. Ohio is pop. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Cleveland. You know, Bone Thugs and Harmony. Bone Thugs and Harmony, baby. Thug Love. You know, y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes. Let me show you. Let me show you how much. Show you what it is. You see that? You see that? That's where I'm at with it. That's how much of a Pac fan I am. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it though, y'all. Big facts. That's how much I was really on Pop, like a Pop fan. You gonna get murked, son? Oh, all right, solid, solid. Well, listen, man. Hey, Mr. Tube for you. Hey, Mr. Tube, you for me. Well, if somebody think they gonna do something to me, cool. I'm with all of the smoke though, and I'm gunning first. If it's like that, trust me, niggas don't. You don't want that type of problem with me, man. Trust me when I tell you. And I ain't doing all of this. I'm really like a pull up on you type dude. But you know, if you know something that I don't know, put me on game so I can go handle that. You know what I mean? I got the life symbol on my back, solid. Solid. Hey yo, man, like listen, man. I don't knock nobody for what they do. 110% respect. 110% respect, whatever you do. And what's that mean? So because a nigga dead for 30 years, so because he dead for 30 years, I'm supposed to be like, it ain't no beef no more? Like what? Like, that's the difference between the new generation and the younger generation. If you got loyalty, you loyal for life. It ain't no, you just loyal in that moment. No. I'ma be loyal to you in them hard times and them good times. And it don't make a difference. It don't make a difference whether or not you alive, you dead, etc. It don't matter, bro. It don't even matter, bro. Hey yo, you know I got that tattoo. I got that tattoo in June, like June 16th, if I'm not mistaken. And the dreads, I got my dreads on September the 13th. September the 13th, I did my dreads. Yep. Real talk. September the 13th is when I started my dreads. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I don't knock nobody. I respect everybody for what they do. But let me see where the knife is at. I don't know. It be so much different stuff going on. Right, in the hood and out the hood, loyalty is everything. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Like yo, like I said to y'all, right? Let me show y'all what the wifey did. That's what the wife just made. Kate. Let me break something. Let me break it down to y'all though. Let me break it down to y'all. Loyalty. Yeah, no, absolutely. Life does go on. Absolutely. Like, I don't know why it froze like that, but sound. Niggas, hey yo, these niggas be calling me, man. Like I don't got no time for that shit. Shit be weird, man. Like yo, if I ain't pick up the phone the first time, why you gonna keep calling me? Like that shit. That shit still like that, yo. Yeah, I'm about to get up off this joint, man. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Yo, you can hear me now? Solid, solid. That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad y'all can hear me, man. I'm about to get up off this joint, man. Yo, that's the crazy part. It's on Do Not Disturb, and people calling my phone while it's on Do Not Disturb. People from jail calling me, and it's like I got a life that I gotta live, man. It's like I love the jails and all of that, and I'ma help my people. But like, yo, the people in jail, they don't be really caring about what you got going on out here, and they don't care about your bills and none of that. They just want what they want, and it's like at some point in time, as a real nigga, you gotta make decisions that's gonna be best for you. And sometimes, no matter how much you might like being loyal to the jails and all of that, sometimes the best decisions is the best decision that you make for yourself. But love y'all, man. And I'm about to be out this joint. Peace and blessings. Whoop-de whoop. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, bro. And I'm gonna get with y'all on some new information on the next go round. Peace and blessings. I'm out. Reaper Squad.